Hi, and welcome to my channel. I just want to I'm going to try to make this a quick video of my testimony and my healing journey. For all you that are just coming to my channel and wondering who this chick is talking about all this crazy raw food and detoxing and fasting, all of these things, I want to share the reasons why I do the things that I'm doing and the reason why I started my channel, and I want to share this information, and I really feel that it's important that I get this message out. So if you are just stopping by or a new subscriber to my channel, or even just have been with me from the very beginning of my journey, and there are some of you that have been there the whole time, and I am so thankful for you. And another thing I really want to mention really quick is I know a lot of you that come over to my channel, you guys know you're awake to this toxic world, and you understand a lot of the stuff that I'm doing, so you're not really learning a whole lot on my channel, but you subscribe out of support, so I'm really grateful and thankful for that. And also the people that are coming to my channel and just wondering what the heck I'm doing and the reasons why I'm doing these things. That's why I need to start with square one, and I need to go over all the bases. So I share all these things with you on my healing journey. So it all started in 2015 when I noticed I had a teeny tiny little red bump. It was the size of a very small pea size. And I thought maybe it was a spider bite because I was spending a lot of time in the barn. I have a couple horses, so I've been spending a lot of time in there, and I thought maybe I just got bit by something out there. But I went in and I had it tested, and it came back that it was skin cancer. It was basal cell carcinoma. Basal cell carcinoma is normally not life-threatening if you catch it early. But in my opinion, I don't care if you have skin cancer anywhere on the body, it is not normal, and it is a serious condition, and in my opinion, we do need to fix the reasons why we got the skin cancer in the first place. So once I found out that I had this skin cancer, yes, I was freaking out, and the next step was to go to Mohs surgery, where this is where they go in and they cut out the cancer in the tissue. They remove it all, and hopefully that's the end of it. Well, I want to share a couple pictures, and these are pretty graphic, so if you don't want to see them, look away. And I had the cancer tested in the first place, okay, when I found the red little bump. This is what it looked like, and I need to fold it because I have some information. It has personal information on the back, but this was the little slit, and I do have a scar, so it's right here, but yeah, this was where the skin cancer was. And when I went to the surgeon, and when I left that office, okay, this picture is very graphic. It's a hole in my face, literally. But this is what I walked out of Mohs surgery. This is it. That is me with the big hole in my face. This was May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, 2015. And so when that is how much skin tissue they had to take out for it to be clear in the tissue area. So, and then I went across the street, and there was a plastic surgeon over there, which he did a pretty good job. And I do use certain essential oils that helped with the scar, and also the way I eat. I am regenerating the tissue within my body, and I will share all that with you later in later videos. So, so that was the beginning of this horrific journey, and you would think it would end there, but it doesn't. So after this, the doctor told me, he said, well, okay, we got it out of all the tissue, it's clear, now we need to go run further testing to make sure it didn't, the cancer didn't spread into the bone and the nerve. I said, okay. And I left there. I was in tears. You cannot even imagine. I mean, I would say it was the worst day, one of the worst days of my life. And so I left there, and a week later, I got a phone call. And they said that it did spread into the bone, in my nerve. So now I was really freaking out. Okay, so now I have to let you know this. I am being led now by fear. I have no idea what's going on with, all I know is everyone that I see that has done radiation, surgery, chemotherapy, it doesn't end well for them. I have bone cancer, nerve cancer, like this is crazy. And so the next step was to visit my oncologist. So I went and met with this oncologist. She was very sweet when I first met her. And I did ask her some questions of, is it really necessary if I do radiation? And I just had some concerns, and she literally said to me, she used the words like, well, you're so young, you have children, it's close to your eye, this is where your brain is, you don't want this to spread. And another thing she had mentioned was, I have clients where we do radiation and then it still comes back. And in my mind, I was thinking, well, then it doesn't work. But I didn't say that at the time. I was just so loaded with fear that I almost wasn't even comprehending everything she was saying. The only thing that was kept running through my mind is, I'm gonna die. This thing's gonna kill me. And I think a lot of people, when you get that diagnosis or you hear that word, that's the first thing you think of is. So needless to say, I left there in tears again. I was so fearful. And another thing I forgot to mention was, when I left, she said, we need to start radiation ASAP. And we also want to do a full body PET scan, because I also had a lump in my throat area right here, the size of a lime. And so she wanted to do a full body PET scan. And I even told her, I said, we were going to take a family trip, and she was really hesitant. She said, okay, when you get back from this trip, we need to get started as soon as possible. And she really made me feel like if I don't do this right now, I am just really gonna pay for it. I'm a Christian woman, and so I started really pressing and praying a lot, and I would meditate on healing verses out of the Bible. So when I was meditating on the Word of God, I noticed on my suggestion box on my YouTube, there was a man and there was a lady with him. It was Dr. Morris and Marcy, and I had no idea who these people were. And I clicked on it, and I listened to him for like 2 minutes, and I was like, I don't know what these two are talking about, and I clicked off. Went back to my meditation, and then there was another video that popped up, and this one really caught my eye because it said the raw truth about cancer, and it was Dr. Morris. And so it got my attention, and I clicked on it. This video changed my life. It really was an awakening moment. But what he was saying made so much sense to me. So then I thought, okay, I'm gonna try this guy's way before I go down this toxic way where I see it doesn't really end well for people. So I thought, what do I have to lose? I'm gonna try this first. I figured I've had this thing for a very long time. It's not like it happened overnight. What is a few more months, right? So I called my oncologist. I called the clinic, and I talked to the receptionist. And I told her, I said, I'm gonna kind of go more of a holistic way, a more natural way, and I'm gonna hold off on all my treatments. And she said, okay, that's fine, and I'll let the doctor know. I said, fine, okay. I hung up, and not even 2 minutes later, the phone rings, and it's Dr. I can't say her name, Dingleberry. That's horrible. Okay, so this doctor calls me back, and I said, hi. She says, the first thing she said was, so what is this that I hear? You're not going to do your treatment. Just like that. And I thought, okay. And, you know, I'm not an aggressive person. So I just kind of sat back and I said, well, hi. I said, you know, yeah, I really do have some concerns about going down that path. And I want to really try something more natural first before I do something like that. And she said, well, what are you doing? What is it that you're doing? I mean, she was just very aggressive. And I said, well, I'm gonna, you know, maybe do some fasting, and I'm gonna change my lifestyle, my diet. And she said, well, that is not scientifically proven, you know. And that's when I started getting a little upset. So I did. I told her, I said, well, I said, you know, when you were in school, you were taught a certain way. And I said, and the holistic nature paths are taught with nutrition, with, you know, they heal themselves through detoxification. And I like this way better. I feel more comfortable with this better. So my voice was starting to get a little bit louder with her. And she did not like that. These doctors, I mean, they're so, they're egos, right? It's like, there was just no understanding on her end at all. And when I said that to her, she even got more upset, because now I'm questioning her ability to help people or whatever, her treatment. So when I told her her way, the way she was taught may be wrong, she really got mad. And then she said, do you know how many people I had to move around to get you in radiation? And I said, excuse me, I'm sorry, but this is my life. Okay. And she said, okay, on your file, I will be putting down that you are taking your life in your own hands. And I said, yes, and that's exactly the only way I would want it. And she hung up on me. She literally hung up on me. I was shocked. I thought, oh my God, this is a woman. You would think that she would have some sympathy or just some compassion, but nothing. She was cold as ice. So anyways, I got off the phone with her and I never looked back. I dove head first into this side. And I have to mention, I had a lot of other chronic things going on within my body that I will share in a moment. So, and then I started watching Dr. Morris's, all his videos. And not only his videos, I was watching other people's testimonies. Don Tolman on nutrition. Oh my gosh, I love him. I have learned so much from him also. Chris Beat Cancer, he has a YouTube channel that actually interviews a lot of people and has their testimonies. So all these things, the YouTube, all these channels were so extremely helpful for me and on my healing journey. And so I started taking Dr. Morris's herbs, and I started grape fasting, and I did it was like a 15-day grape fast. And so I started with that. And then after that, I was just on all raw, and I was fruit fasting. And then I would obviously bring in some salads. And I am not perfect, and I did have my cheats, especially at the beginning. I mean, I was cheating with pizza every now and then. And when we'd go out to go eat somewhere, I was still eating some processed stuff. This is a hard journey, you know, and you can't, well, for me, I couldn't just be perfect all the time. I know there are some people that can have that discipline. I did not at the beginning. So the first year I was just doing all these cleanses. It was about a year and a half. I went in and I had a thermal scan done on this area and on the throat, because the lump in my neck was gone. I couldn't feel it anymore. So I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. This is really working. Whatever this is, it's either going away or it's gone. And so when I did the thermal scan, there was no sign of cancer. oh my goodness, this was huge. And so after that, I continued fasting because on my healing journey, I was practicing lymphatic massage. And when I was practicing this around my neck, I found a couple more swollen lymph nodes. So I had this big lump here, and then behind my ear I have, and I still do, it was a swollen lymph node, but it's hard as a rock. And then when you slide my hand down, there's another swollen lymph node, and this one's a little more like rubbery, I would say, but these have all shrunk. The one behind my ear, I would say, is about 50% smaller than it used to be. The one when you slide down, that one is about 60 to 70% smaller. So I will definitely be having breaking news on my channel when I have breakthroughs with these. So anyways, so then as I was on my healing journey and I was still detoxing, I was still doing these things because now I know I had to get these lumps also out of my neck. So I'm not clear. And I always felt like if I go back to eating that toxic lifestyle, this cancer would probably come back. I don't feel like I'm in the clear until I get these lymph nodes completely out. This is part of the drain, part of the lymphatic system. And so it's very important that we detox these out. And if you notice, my swollen lymph nodes are all on the same side as my skin cancer. So, okay, so as I was on this healing journey, I was healing so many other things. So the things that I have healed completely is I used to have chronic back pain. It was so bad, it went into my sciatica. And it went all the way down my leg to my toes. It was horrible. The worst pain. I can't even explain how painful this is unless you've experienced it. I did get steroid injection in my back. That worked for maybe one day, and then the pain came back. I suffered with this chronically for about 6 months. It would not go away. It was constant. I was literally living off Vicodin, ibuprofen. I was just taking a bunch of pharmaceuticals. But when I started detoxing, I dumped all that out and my back pain was going away. And then I had eczema really bad on my hands, and it was on my face, and I cleared that out. Now I used to control it with steroid creams, and so that was going away. And I had 2 moles fill up with blood on my arm and fall off. I had allergies really bad. I lived off Claritin D for, I mean, it had to have been over 5 years I took Claritin D, and I'd no longer take that. My allergies are completely gone. And through this journey, I also learned that I had weak adrenals and kidneys. And so I'm still working on those things, which I do have my kidneys filtering now, and my adrenals are much better. My blood pressure is starting to level out. It's still a bit on the low side, but it's not as low as it used to be. It was in the danger zone. My hormones were all out of whack. And so, yeah, so that it has just been such an amazing journey, such an awakening for me. And another thing too that I forgot to mention, I had anxiety, I had, and a little bit of depression. It definitely wasn't as bad as it used to be in my younger years, but I did suffer from those things also. And also I had adult acne. I literally was going down the wrong path. And I really do feel so blessed that, you know, I really do feel that when I was praying and I was just asking God, why, please help me, I really felt and I feel like He really guided me to just this side of healing. So this May, Cinco de Mayo, May 5th, will be my 4-year anniversary. I have this is how long I have been living this lifestyle and learning, because this is definitely a learning experience for me. I am learning every day, and I always keep an open mind through this journey, and I know I need to keep myself humble. This is very humbling when you get any diagnosis. It's a wake up, literally. And you just really need to get rid of the ego. The ego is just, it's such an unattractive thing. When I meet somebody and they're just like, oh, it's all about me, or like this doctor, just be an open minded and and research, because I am not telling you, oh, you have to follow my journey, you have to listen to me, I know it all. No way. You will never hear me say that on my channel. I do not have all the answers. The only thing I know is the way I've healed myself and how I've done it from myself and through my journey. So this is the things that I wanted to share on my channel. And another thing really quick you will find on my channel is recipes. Now, I have a family also to feed, and they don't eat exactly like me. And so there's a lot of things that I share on my channel also that could, either help you with changing over to more of a healthier diet lifestyle. And so I want to share everything with you. And I am not perfect on this journey. Please do not think that I am. I have my cheats. I still eat some cooked foods. There's times when I hit my detox hard, and there's times I just need a break. I need to feel human. And so I do eat, sometimes I eat popcorn, but I try to make it as healthy as I possibly can. And sometimes I eat crackers, sprouted crackers, but I don't eat any flour, complex sugars. I do not touch that stuff on my healing journey, especially the last, I would say, 2.5 years. I have been really good about eating anything like that. And I will make a video on more of the stuff that I'm eating today and my lifestyle. So that is just a little summary of my channel and my journey, and that's it. I want to end there. Gosh, I hope this isn't too long for you. But anyways, I just really wanted to share this because I am getting a lot of new subscribers and people just kind of coming over to my channel, and I need to express why I'm doing the things I'm doing. So anyways, with that, I hope you all have a wonderful, blessed day as always, and I will see you in the next video. And I hope you subscribe and follow my journey, and if anything, just support. Okay, so I will see you in the next video. Love you all. God bless. Take care. Bye-bye.